Impossible is only an idea created by those who refuse to believe. It is a word used by those who choose to settle for less than what they were created for. But the truth is, nothing is impossible. The very fact that you are here, that you are breathing, thinking, and dreaming is proof that you were designed for something greater than limitations. You were never meant to live a life trapped by doubt, fear, or excuses. You were created to break barriers, overcome obstacles, and walk in the fullness of your potential. Every great achievement in history began with someone who refused to believe in the word impossible. The world tells you that your background, your education, your financial status, or your circumstances determine how far you can go. But that is a lie. What truly determines your future is your faith, your vision, and your willingness to take action. The moment you decide that nothing is impossible, you step into a new realm of possibility. When you face challenges, do not see them as barriers, see them as stepping stones. When others tell you it cannot be done, remind yourself that every breakthrough began with someone who dared to believe differently. When fear tries to paralyze you, stand firm and declare that you were made to rise above. The only thing standing between you and your destiny is the belief that it can be done. Many people fail, not because they are incapable, but because they never truly try. They give up too soon. They listen to the voices that say it is too hard, too late, or too much. But you must reject that mindset. Nothing is impossible for the one who refuses to quit. Nothing is impossible for the one who sees beyond the present struggle and envisions the future victory. The greatest battles are won not by strength alone, but by endurance, by perseverance, by the unshakable belief that what seems impossible today will be a testimony tomorrow. You are not born to live a life of limits. You were created to go beyond, to defy expectations, to make the impossible possible. So rise up, refuse to settle, and walk in the reality that nothing, absolutely nothing, is impossible. The greatest limitation in life is not external circumstances, but the internal barriers we place on ourselves. The mind is the battlefield where impossibility is either accepted or rejected. What you believe determines what you can achieve. If you believe something is beyond your reach, then you have already lost the battle before it begins. But if you believe that all things are possible, then no obstacle can stand in your way. History is filled with stories of those who were told their dreams were impossible. They were told they lacked the talent, the resources, or the opportunity. Yet they refused to let those words define their destiny. They saw beyond their current reality and held on to a vision that others could not see. That is the power of belief. It defies logic, challenges circumstances, and rewrites history. The truth is, limitations are often self-imposed. The world does not set the boundaries for your life. You do. The moment you choose to think differently, everything begins to shift. Doors that seemed closed suddenly open. Opportunities that appeared distant start moving closer. What was once impossible becomes inevitable. So if you want to see the impossible become possible, start with your mindset. Break free from negative thoughts that say you can't, you're not qualified, or it's too late. Replace them with I can, I am equipped, and it is never too late. Your greatest asset is not in what you have, but in what you believe. Because when you believe beyond limits, you step into a realm where nothing is impossible. Every great achievement begins with a vision. The most powerful force in the world is not money, status, or connections. It is the ability to see what does not yet exist and believe in it until it becomes reality. Vision is what separates those who accomplish the impossible from those who settle for the ordinary. It is the fuel that drives the human spirit beyond obstacles, beyond doubts, beyond limitations. When you have a vision, you do not live according to what you see with your natural eyes. You live by what is revealed in your heart. People may look at your circumstances and say it can't be done, but vision allows you to see beyond the present into the realm of possibilities. It keeps you moving forward, even when everything around you says to stop. Think of those who have changed the world. They were not the ones who accepted things as they were. They were the ones who saw things as they could be. They refused to let fear dictate their future. They refused to let setbacks define their story. They saw the invisible, believed the impossible, and created what others only dreamed of. Your vision is the key to unlocking your potential. It is the blueprint of your destiny. But vision alone is not enough. You must protect it. Guard it against negativity, against fear, against distractions. Surround yourself with people who speak life into your dreams, who challenge you to think bigger, who remind you that the impossible is only temporary. Because when you live by vision, impossibilities become stepping stones to your greatest breakthroughs. Faith is the bridge between the impossible and the possible. It is the force that turns dreams into reality, the power that moves mountains, and the foundation upon which every great achievement is built. Faith is not just believing when things are easy. It is standing firm when everything around you says to give up. It is the unwavering confidence that what has been placed in your heart will come to pass even when there is no visible evidence. Many people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they lack faith. They allow doubt to cloud their vision, fear to paralyze their steps, and uncertainty to shake their confidence. But true faith is not moved by circumstances. It is not swayed by opinions. It does not shrink in the face of adversity. Faith sees the unseen, speaks the unspeakable, and accomplishes the impossible. If you desire to break barriers, rise above limitations, and see the fulfillment of your purpose, you must develop unshakable faith. Faith does not deny reality, but it refuses to be controlled by it. Faith looks at challenges and says, this is just an opportunity for greatness. It looks at obstacles and declares, I will overcome. It looks at impossibilities and proclaims, with the right belief, nothing is beyond reach. One who had not ever done anything extraordinary did it without faith. It is the currency of success, the foundation of courage, and the weapon against doubt. It transforms ordinary people into history makers. So no matter where you are today, no matter what obstacles stand in your way, choose to believe. Choose to trust that the impossible is simply an invitation for faith to do its greatest work. Your mindset determines what is possible for you. The way you think shapes the way you live, and the way you live determines the results you see. If you believe that something is beyond your reach, then it will be. If you convince yourself that a challenge is too great, then you have already accepted defeat before you even try. But if you dare to shift your mindset, if you choose to see limitations as stepping stones rather than barriers, then the very things that once seemed impossible will begin to move within your grasp. Every great achievement in history began with someone who refused to accept the word impossible. They saw opportunity where others saw obstacles. They saw victory where others saw failure. They understood that impossibility is not a reality, it is only a mind. If you want to accomplish something extraordinary, the first battle you must win is in your own mind. You must break free from small thinking, from self-doubt, from the fear of failure that paralyzes so many. Your mind has the power to either propel you forward or keep you stuck in mediocrity. If you fill it with fear, doubt, and negativity, you will live a life of limitation. But if you renew your mind, if you fill it with faith, confidence, and the vision of what is possible, then nothing can stand in your way. The impossible only remains impossible for those who refuse to believe in something greater. Change your thinking, and you will change your life. Every great achievement in history was once just an idea, a dream in the mind of someone who refused to accept the limitations placed on them. The people who shape history, who build nations, who transform industries, and who inspire generations are those who understand that the invisible always precedes the visible. They see with eyes of faith before they ever see with their natural eyes. Too often, people give up on their dreams simply because they cannot see the evidence of their success immediately. They assume that because something has not yet materialized, it must not be possible. But the greatest things in life do not begin with what we can see, they begin with what we believe. A tree exists first as a seed buried beneath the ground, unseen yet full of potential. A building starts as a blueprint, a vision drawn on paper before a single brick is laid. You must have the courage to believe in what is not yet visible. You must hold on to the dream, the calling, the purpose inside of you, even when nothing around you looks like it will happen. Those who see the invisible have the power to do the impossible. It is not about what is in front of you, it is about what is inside of you. If you can hold the vision, if you can nurture it with faith, perseverance, and hard work, then what once seemed impossible will become your reality. The greatest limitations in life are not the obstacles outside of you, they are the doubts within you. Many people never rise to their full potential, not because the world is against them, but because their own mind has convinced them that they are not capable. They tell themselves that their background, their past mistakes, or their lack of resources disqualifies them from success. But history has proven that those who overcome the impossible are not those who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who refused to accept defeat. Your mind is the battlefield where impossibilities are either accepted or rejected. If you allow fear, insecurity, and negative thinking to dominate your thoughts, you will talk yourself out of opportunities that were meant for you. But if you choose to embrace a mindset of victory, to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, then nothing will be able to stand in your way. The most powerful thing you possess is the ability to change your thoughts. When you align your mind with faith, purpose, and perseverance, you unlock the potential to achieve what others say cannot be done. It's not the size of the obstacle that determines your success. It is the strength of your belief. Those who conquer the impossible are those who refuse to be conquered by doubt. The key to overcoming the impossible lies in persistence. Many people give up too soon, not realizing that breakthrough often comes just beyond the point of exhaustion. Life has a way of testing you, challenging your endurance to see if you truly believe in the vision you carry. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not always talent, intelligence, or even resources. It is the willingness to keep moving forward despite setbacks. There will be moments when everything around you suggests that your efforts are in vain. Doors may close, people may doubt you, and circumstances may make it seem like success is out of reach. But those who achieve the impossible understand that obstacles are not signs to stop. They are opportunities to prove how badly you want it. Every challenge, every delay, and every disappointment is a stepping stone toward what you are destined to accomplish. The greatest achievements in history were accomplished by those who refused to quit. They understood that persistence is not just about trying once or twice. It is about showing up every day, pushing through every hardship, and refusing to settle for anything less than what they were created to do. Those who believe that nothing is impossible are the ones who keep going even when everything says stop. The power of faith is the driving force that transforms impossibilities into reality. Faith is not just wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is the deep conviction that what is unseen is more real than what is seen. When you truly believe in something, you align your thoughts, actions, and energy with that belief, creating a pathway for it to manifest. Throughout history, faith has been the catalyst for remarkable breakthroughs. People who have accomplished the extraordinary did so not because they had all the answers, but because they had unwavering trust in what they could not yet see. They walked forward with confidence, knowing that the way would be made clear as they moved in faith. Faith does not deny reality, but it refuses to be limited by it. It acknowledges challenges but does not surrender to them. It understands difficulties but remains focused on possibility. Faith declares that what seems impossible today is simply a testimony in the making. It is the foundation upon which mountains are moved, barriers are broken, and dreams become reality. Those who walk by faith see beyond their current circumstances and step boldly into the future, knowing that nothing is impossible. Your words have creative power. Every word you speak is like a seed planted in the soil of your destiny. If you constantly declare defeat, failure, and limitation, you are shaping your reality in alignment with those words. But when you speak life, possibility, and faith, you activate a force that propels you beyond what seems impossible. One, you activate a force that propels you beyond what seems impossible. History is filled with individuals who refused to let their words trap them in mediocrity. They spoke of victories long before they saw them. They declared their purpose even when circumstances contradicted it. Their words shaped their actions shaped their habits, and their habits built the future they envisioned. When you face obstacles, do not allow your words to confirm your fears. Let them declare your faith. Speak solutions, not problems. Speak opportunities, not barriers. Speak triumph, not defeat. Your words carry weight in the unseen realm, shifting things into alignment with your vision. The greatest breakthroughs often come when people dare to declare what others think is impossible. Every great achievement begins with the ability to see beyond limitation. The greatest obstacle to success is not a lack of resources, connections, or even talent. It is the inability to perceive possibilities where others see impossibilities. Vision is the key that unlocks the doors of the unseen. It allows you to step beyond what is and grasp what could be. Those who achieve the extraordinary are not those with the most advantages, but those with the clearest vision of their destiny. When you develop a vision, it changes how you speak, how you act, and how you respond to challenges. Vision gives you the ability to endure setbacks without losing hope. It allows you to rise above the opinions of others and keep moving forward. Vision pulls you toward purpose and gives you the courage to act even when fear whispers that you should quit. The world around you may say that what you are trying to achieve is impossible, but when you have a vision that is greater than your fears, you will press on. Those who see the invisible can do the impossible. When your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, then your hands will eventually hold it. The question is not whether impossibilities exist, but whether you have the vision to rise above them. The power of perseverance is the force that turns impossibilities into realities. Many begin the journey toward their dreams, but only those who refuse to give up will see the fulfillment of their vision. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not intelligence, talent, or background. It is the ability to keep going when everything says stop. Perseverance is the refusal to be defined by temporary failures. It is the determination to stand back up every time life knocks you down. The greatest breakthroughs often come to those who are willing to take just one more step when they felt like quitting. Every setback is simply a setup for a comeback, and every obstacle is an opportunity to prove that nothing is truly impossible. When you embrace perseverance, you stop seeing failure as the end and begin seeing it as part of the process. The most successful people in history were not those who never failed, but those who never allowed failure to define them. They kept pressing forward, believing that their vision was greater than their struggles. No challenge is greater than the one who refuses to give up. No opposition can stand against the one who is determined to win. When perseverance becomes your lifestyle, impossibilities become stepping stones, and every no becomes a motivation to press forward until the answer is yes. When you align yourself with a higher vision and walk in unwavering faith, you become unstoppable. The greatest limitation is not external forces, but the boundaries set in the mind. Those who believe in the impossible are the ones who break records, change history, and shift the course of nations. The power to transform circumstances is within, waiting to be unlocked through boldness and conviction. Impossibilities crumble in the face of those who refuse to be intimidated by challenges. Every great achievement began with someone who dared to believe beyond what was seen. They saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. They spoke life where others declared defeat. They walked forward even when the path was unclear, knowing that certainty comes through movement. Nothing is impossible for the one who chooses to rise above fear and doubt. When faith is greater than fear, mountains move. When vision is stronger than obstacles, doors open. The world belongs to those who refuse to settle, who dare to step out when others hesitate. The impossible is simply the unattempted, waiting for the bold to step forward and claim what was once thought unattainable. The only limits that exist are the ones accepted in the mind. History is filled with individuals who refused to bow to impossibility, who stood firm in the face of adversity, and who turned obstacles into opportunities. The greatest breakthroughs came from those who refused to believe in failure. They saw beyond circumstances, they spoke beyond reality, and they walked by faith, not by sight. Every great achievement begins with belief. Every mountain is moved by persistence. Every victory is won by the one who refuses to quit. Challenges may come, obstacles may rise, but nothing is impossible for those who align their vision with unwavering faith. The impossible is simply the unattempted, waiting for someone bold enough to step forward, rise with confidence, move with purpose, and walk in the assurance that nothing is beyond reach for those who refuse to give up.